Okay.
Ashish, repeat again then, please.
Okay, sure. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, let me delete this. Delete this. Okay. And remove this. And this is not required. Okay. Okay. Yesterday, when we were using the Postman Interceptor, we and used this JPET store application for recording our requests. Then it was not rendering, the body was not rendering, and some of the requests were missing in the collection. So I found a solution for that where let me do the uh, recording once again. Start capture and refresh, sign in, G2E, G2E, and login, and fish, angel fish, add to cart, make it 2, update cart, proceed to checkout, continue, confirm, return to main menu, sign out. Then stop the capture, open Postman, and we have all the API requests, API calls that have been made when I perform the complete process. So all the API requests have been listed, rendered over here with the correct domain, that is petstoreoctopuff.com. No other domain have been listed over here. So this is all good. This was all good. Yesterday it was the same. It was all good. Now, okay. Now what we need to do here is, in order to get these requests and the data to be rendered correctly in our Postman, we need to save the request, but not in any of the collections, not in any of the collections. Go ahead and create a new collection, name that collection with the application or the website that you are testing, then click on create, then check. It's good to check so that it will organize the domain name and endpoints. Then click on save. Once you have done that, it will say this green tick mark, which says it has completed the process of saving, creating a collection and saving all the requests. Then you can dismiss this. Then go to this collection which has been created newly, expand it. Then you will see a new folder created for you. Then when you expand this folder, you can see all the requests rendered over here, all the requests. When you go to post request, you can see under body, all the data, the body data has been rendered under this tab. Under this tab, all the body has been rendered. And the same goes for other post requests as well, which was not happening yesterday. It was all blank because we were saving that these requests, we were saving these all requests under a existing collection. So please do not do that. Create a new collection and save all the requests in that. So you will have all the information in here, and these two get requests were also missing. So now they have been rendered because we have created a new collection, and under that collection we have a folder where all this. Now you can perform a functional testing, regression testing, retesting, smoke testing, sanity testing, all monkey testing, any testing you can perform on these requests. So, so whenever you are using Postman Interceptor, please make sure that you create a new collection and save all your requests under new collection. Okay. So this is all about Postman Interceptor. Now I'll go ahead and stop that. Mm, I don't need it anymore. Mm, okay. I don't need it, so I can close this off and close this as well. Okay. Now coming to the second point, which is API endpoint. yesterday I confused myself. So API endpoint is the one which starts after .com. After .com, whatever comes in, that is all it's an API endpoint. Before before query parameters, or before path variables, which we haven't discussed yet. But before this is all an API endpoint. So if you come in here and go to product, okay, I just made it a variable here. Here, from products to one, this is all is an endpoint. Okay, so we are clear on endpoint, right? So whichever comes after .com or .r or .org or .in, where in request req we have .in. I think yes, we have .in. Okay, yeah, we have .in. So after .in, uh, from this API till this users, it is all API endpoint. Okay, so we are clear with API endpoint, right? Are we clear with API endpoint?
Yes, yes.
Ashish, can
Yeah.
you just repeat the last statement of API endpoint?
Okay. Let me open this. Okay. Let's say HTTPS. Okay. Oh, www.google.com. Okay. This is base URL. Okay. Now, after this, okay, if we say Chennai, okay, then this part, which is after.com, this part is an API endpoint. Okay. Now let's say, copy this and then paste in here, Chennai, uh, mm, Chennai, uh, Chennai Madras. Okay. Okay. So after.com, this complete thing is an API endpoint. Now, if I add an two or three, anything, this complete thing is an API endpoint. Okay. Now, okay. Question mark. Where is question mark? Yeah, question mark. Type, uh, type equal to value. Okay. So this part is not an API endpoint. Only till here it is an API endpoint. This part, which is after question mark into spaces. Okay. So after question mark, this is not an API endpoint. This is a query parameter. Okay. And path variable is defined in this way, which we will be discussing soon. I think this also comes into type value, maybe type value, I think. So only this is the part which is called as API endpoint. Okay. Now, is it clear?
Yes, Ashish, clear.
Yeah. So we are done with Postman Interceptor and API endpoint. Okay. Now coming to the priority, okay, which we discussed yesterday. Before coming in here to the priority thing, um, okay, if anyone wants to learn Jira, okay, if anyone wants to learn Jira, I suggest, let me copy this and paste it in here and here. Go to go to this YouTube channel or YouTube series where Jira is explained in a real, clear, and precise manner. And to be honest, I never worked on Jira, never ever worked on Jira because we always worked on Azure DevOps. And so I'm really not sure how Jira works or how we work on Jira. So if anyone wants to know about Jira, please go to this web YouTube series and learn about it. And
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, thank you. I said
Okay.
I I was looking for it.
Okay. Okay. No
Thank you so
worries.
much, Ashish, for this. Yeah, even I
No,
was
no.
also looking for it.
Yeah. It's no, no, completely fine. My pleasure. Uh, if any of the company, okay, Jira is not a complete DevOps tool. Okay, it's like, I think it is only for creating test cases, creating bugs, and most like a test management tool. I think it's most like a test management tool. uh, where we used, that is called as DevOps. Okay, we used Azure DevOps, which is completely a DevOps tool. Like, it's where I'll show you now. Come to this project. This is a demo one which I have created for myself. Okay, this is a complete DevOps tool where you can, I mean, everything, the project itself starts from here. I'm pretty not sure about Jira, where if the project starts from Jira itself, but DevOps, it definitely starts, the project itself starts from here, where the documentation, I mean, the documentation is done here, and coding, what they say, pull requests and sprints and user story creations, bug creation, test case creation, everything. I mean, uh, you need not to go out. You need not to go for any other tool if you have the complete DevOps tool. Like, let's say, if you're in Agile process, okay, if you're working in an Agile process, what exactly happens in Agile process is, uh, it Agile is, they say it's 2 weeks. Either it will be for 2 weeks, a sprint might be for 2 weeks, or might be for 4 weeks. Okay, every company has their own rules. Huh? Okay, uh, in my company it was for 2 weeks. The sprint was for 2 weeks. What exactly sprint consists is all about? This is a sprint. Okay, here we iteration one, I mean, these iterations, what we call as iteration one, is nothing but like 2 weeks. If there is a 2 weeks of sprint, then that is called as iteration one. So if I come in here, uh, there will be n minus 1. Okay, let me place this n minus 1 here. It's minus 1, then n minus 2, in this way. Okay, so what happens here, what happens in n minus 1, this is where um documentation, I mean, what exactly is needed, and I mean, what we get the documentation from the customer, we get a client, sorry, we get the documentation from the client, where business analysts, stakeholders, consultants, and product owners, these all sit and discuss, and uh, they go ahead and create epics. Okay, now I'll come to epics. Okay, let me do this. Work at them. Okay, first, epic. Epic is like a grandparent. I mean, a grandparent where, let's say, okay, let's say Flipkart. Okay, Flipkart. If we are going for one part, I mean, adding to a cart is one of the process, but there might be n number of functionalities in that, n number of functionalities, like adding, removing, modifying, updating the price, and adding card details, n number of things. So all these things comes under epic. I mean, sorry, it went. So all the features which come under one roof is called as epic. Okay, we need not to worry about this. Okay, this is not our job at all. This is not our job at all. This is all. I'm just giving a high level information. So after epic comes features. Like, a feature might be about adding to a cart or updating cart. Okay, these things come under feature. Okay, now, so if I see here, then we have feature. Then comes no issue, no task, no test case. Then comes user stories. Okay, then comes user stories. Let me give you a, I think I can give you here a user story. Hopefully, this is how a user story, let me expand this. This is how a user story UI looks all about. So here there will be a description. Okay, the complete description, like what exactly needs to be developed and tested in this user story. Okay, so a little, a 2 or 3 lines, or might be more than 3 lines of description over here. Then we will have all the acceptance criteria. So in the same way, if you want to go for API if you want to see for the API thing, then in description it might be adding a product. Here we are developing an API where we are adding a product to our um, to our database. Let's see database. Now, okay, this is just a description. Now, how the acceptance criteria look? Okay, AC1, um, AC1, um, create adding a product. Which request is that?
Post.
Yes, create a post request with URL some example, some blah blah blah. Okay, okay. Then AC2, AC2, um, add body, blah 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 to the request. It might be something, okay. And here they give all the details, headers and body information and request URL and response headers, headers and cookies if needed, and all those things. Then comes, if BA really wants to give some more help to the testers and developers, he will also add some negative scenarios as well. Like if the get is selected, then give this error message. Okay. So in this way, a user story is created. So this is one part. Sorry, can someone mute themselves? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is how a user story is created, and where exactly the user story is being placed is, first comes epic, then comes feature, then under feature you will find user stories. Under feature you will find user stories. So epic and feature is not epic, feature, user story, creations. Okay, creations is BA and PO and stakeholder consultants part. Okay, but if so, what happens is, once they have created these user stories, okay, once the user stories have been created, then okay, in a sprint, let's say if a iteration of sprint lasts for 2 weeks, it lasts for 2 weeks, then those 2 weeks they will be you will be working around 8 hours per day or 7 hours per day. So same goes for developers as well. So they will be asking, they will be checking in an iteration. Let's say there are two developers. So if there are two developers, then their time will be calculated. The time will be calculated, and only those many user stories. Only those many user stories which developer can develop in that particular iteration will be taken in that particular iteration. Let's say uh, BA has created 50 user stories, okay? 50 user stories. But we have only two developers, two devs in our hand, in our hand, okay? And they work 7.5 hours a day, 7.5 hours a day, okay? And if we say 5 days a week, then it will be 10 10 days, yeah, 10 days in 2 weeks, right? 10 days in 2 weeks. So let's say calculator 7.5 into 7.5 into 10, right? Right, no? 75. So it's 75 hours of dev's work is what a BA should consider in adding user stories to a sprint, to a one sprint. So how exactly this will be calculated? How exactly this will be calculated is when what happens now everything is done from BA, everything is done from product owners, stakeholders, consultants. Okay, now they will have a meeting, okay, which is called as grooming or refinement. Okay, refinement or grooming meeting. Very first meeting of your project. Okay, then BA or a product owner will describe each and every user story very briefly, very briefly. Okay, but what is our job? What is dev's job and what is tester's job is if you have any questions or any queries in any of the user story, please raise it at that moment and make sure you understand it correctly. Once your query is understood correctly, and if there is a change that needs to be made in the acceptance criteria, make sure in that particular meeting that change has been made. I mean, if it is not forced, it should be put, then that change should be made in that particular refinement itself. If developer is not pointing out, tester can point out. If tester cannot point out, then developer can point out. There's nothing wrong. But you have to ask queries and questions if you do not understand anything. And there is also one thing, when there is any change made, okay, when there is any change made, make sure that is added in the discussion part. Make sure that is added in the discussion part. Why exactly we need to add this is in discussion part? Let's say um we have this user story which was created, and we have this put from post we have changed it to put. Okay, after a week a developer or a tester moved to a different project or moved out of the company. Anything might happen, or he might be on leave. Okay, then there might be a different developer or a different tester they might hire for that particular certain period of time, and he has no idea like why exactly it was changed from post to put, or why exactly this I mean there was a change in this acceptance criteria. So if he goes to BA or product owner, then he will be utilizing their time, where most of the times it might not be fruitful. The reason being the BAs and product owners might have some different requirement works they might be working on, and they might not able to explain it correctly. So rather than going there, he can see in the discussion, okay, changed from post to put as per the requirements. He will read this discussion part and he will understand, oh, okay, this is why it was changed, because there were requirements asked to change from post to put. So that is the reason this was changed. Then he will be saving BS time, product owner's time, and his time as well, because not all the time everyone are available after the grooming. Okay, this is a very important point. Very important point. After the grooming, it's really hard to catch hold of BA or product owners. So make sure everything is documented. Every word is documented. If you are discussing later after grooming, if you're discussing with a developer or a business analyst or a product owner regarding the same user story, document that too. Documentation is really important, and not only for your, for everyone's sake as well. Later, after an year, you might be asked to work on the same user story, test the same user story, and you might have forgotten like what exactly we discussed on this user story, or what exactly were the requirements. So if you read the documentation, if you read the discussion part, then you will remember, okay, this is what it was discussed, and this is what we have to develop, and we have to test it. So in here, you have an option to, okay, I need to save this. I think I need to save this, then only I can see. Okay, let's say demo, save. Okay, now I can see create new item. Here you can create test cases. Okay, okay, don't test. Here you can create a test case and all those things. Everything happens in here. Okay, so this is a complete DevOps tool. Okay, and you want to learn about the DevOps tool, then Azure DevOps, especially Azure DevOps, then you can go to this video, only this video, which is around 2 hours something, which is explained in a real easy way. If your company is using Azure DevOps. Okay. But if your company is using Jira, then go for that YouTube channel, which YouTube series, which I have discussed. And one more thing also I wanted to share. I say okay, it's my choice, my preferred choice. Okay. But if you have any other website, please do share. For me, if you want to learn manual testing, which is a base for every testing, please visit this guru99.com, where if you go to, okay, let me close this. We don't need it anymore. If you go to this guru99.com, here you will find, under testing, you will find software testing. Okay. So here you can learn some more, I can say complete about manual testing, where, I mean, it's common standards have been discussed over here, common standards, but every company might have different standards. They might do some alterations in in the standards, but this is a common standards which you can learn of about software testing. When you click on this, then you can see a huge list of all the topics which are covered under um, what they say, sorry, software testing, manual testing, and automation testing. I think it is covered. I'm not sure automation testing is covered, and I'm not sure agile is covered too. But please do check it. And also, if you want to, and unfortunately, this website doesn't. It has performance testing. It has automation testing, mobile testing, every testing, but it doesn't have API testing. SOAP UI is okay, but we most of the companies are not using SOAP-UI anymore. So unfortunately, Postman is not listed in here if you want to learn about it. And you can also see there are live projects where if you want to work on some live projects, you can select this. There is one live Selenium project, testing project, and unfortunately, I don't see any API project in here. So if you are interested in learning, I say manual testing is really important. So go for this website and learn, explore, and understand manual testing. And the ones who are working on, Selenium automation testing, you can go for this live Selenium project if you want to, and live e-commerce project actually. So this is the thing. And now we were discussing about priority. Okay, let me paste this here. Okay, let me paste these two lines over here. Okay. Now, priority. Okay, priority is can be. Okay, let me go to the. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't. Okay, let me go over here, and I am creating a bug. Okay, I'm creating a bug. Here, priority can be defined by tester. Okay, can be defined. He can define it. But severity is completely our rights. Priority can be defined by a tester, but it, I mean, if when it comes to, you know, what they say, when it comes to fixing, only when it comes to fixing, that is where product owner, business analyst, stakeholders come into picture. But still, if as a tester, we want this bug to be prioritized and fixed as soon as early as possible, we can explain to product owners, business analysts, and stakeholders stating that how important this bug is to be fixed. So that is where we come into picture. So we can still define priority, and we can still explain the product owners and business analysts, like stating that yes, this bug should be fixed sooner in order for the next functionality or the next things to work, or the website to look good. When we are thinking from the customer point of view, uh, the reason why I'm saying this, because uh, there will be a lot in BAs, I mean BAs and product owners and stakeholders plate, so they might miss at times. Only when it comes to sprint planning, which is after 2 weeks of development and testing, there will be a meeting where they will be checking what all user stories have been successfully completed and tested and closed. Okay. And then they will also see what all bugs have been created, in where what are the priorities. So that is where they will be discussing, and they will be confirming the priority over here. But if we really think, okay, that bug should be fixed as soon as possible and as quickly as possible, then you can say it at the early phase. It's really good to say it at the early phase, stating that, okay, this bug really needs to be fixed. So still, it's I say it's also a tester's job to select for the priority, and then it's completely you know, what is it, product owners and BAs and stakeholders decision if they really want to do it or not. So yeah, you can get involved, but severity is completely our rights. We They do not have any rights on this. Okay. So okay, I was talking about n minus one, right? Okay, what n minus one? What is n minus one and n minus two in agile process is? Um, first 2 weeks of sprint, this documentation will be getting created, user stories will be getting created, and developers will be starting developing. At that point of time, testers do not have anything to test. I mean, they do not have an application, they do not have an API, anything to test. This is where in n minus one sprint, this is where you write test cases. The only job we do in this n minus one is test cases. Okay, this is where n minus one, yeah, test cases. Then once we are in n minus two, this is where you will be doing testing. You will be writing test cases. You will be testing bugs. No, bugs still doesn't come. Yeah, bugs can come. Yeah, testing bugs. And testing bugs, what more you will be doing? Testing, test cases, testing bugs, and I think this is all you will be doing. Writing test cases is fine. Yeah. So from n minus 2, and this is all is same. But when it comes to the very first iteration, it will be only test cases, because you will not have anything to be tested. And there will be no bugs, nothing to be tested. So that is the reason only in n minus 1 you will have some little spare of time where you can relax, and you can write test cases. But after that, it's all so busy work for everyone. Okay. So is everything clear till here? And Is everything clear? Any questions?
No, Ashish, everything's all good.
Okay, great. Okay, now we'll come to query parameters, and I think so. This is DevOps tool. If your company uses, then go for it, or else it's completely not useful. But if company uses, then yes. Okay, close this off. Now coming to query parameters. Okay. Okay, so we did discuss stating that query parameters come in key value pair. Okay, so in here, and query parameters start after question mark. Okay, so in here, after question mark, we have key and we have value, right? So in the same way, if you see, uh, okay, okay, I can show, but this has just countries has it in here. So in here we have single key and value pair. Okay, but in some of the query parameters, you might have uh a couple in there. I'm just trying to search for it. No, not this one. Okay. Search by region, capital city. Okay, great. Here we have one key, but we have multiple values. So we can create a query parameter. We will not be creating a query parameter. We can have a query parameter in this way as well. And where exactly can we find this information? Where exactly can we find this information about the query parameters? Should it be used? Should it be added to the API request or not? Or is it a single key value or a single key with multiple values? Or is it single key value ampersand and then a key value? Where exactly can we find this information?
API
Hello,
document.
hello.
Sorry?
Actually, it is comes when we are searching for some things, like and single things also and multiple things also.
Now, where exactly you will find this
API
information?
documentation.
Correct, correct. So always the answer is always read the API documentation. All the information, every information, if the query parameter needs to be used, or is it a single key value, or it has a key value ampersand and then a key value, or a one key with multiple values, all this information is defined in the API documentation. So there's one more thing which I wanted to explain. This someone is eating something. I think someone is munching something. Can they mute themselves? I'm not sure who, but yeah. Okay. There's one more endpoint which is known as random. Okay. This random we can use it. Like if I go to body, I mean this what we can do here is this random, it's not created by us, it is created by the developer, where we can use the random data. I mean random data can be outputted with this endpoint, I can say, with this endpoint. Like from to do's I want to get a random to do. Okay, then it can be any information, any information. Okay, now we got clean out closet, and donate the clothes you have outgrown. Okay, Now we run the request again. Now we have a different to do. Okay. Now we run it again. So it's random. We are not sure like which, I mean, we cannot decide like which one will be outputted in the response. But still, we are checking here. We are checking here like what they say. We are checking here like it should give a proper response and it should give a proper code and it should okay, it should give all the information that is written in the document. Okay, and now okay, we have this. Now how can I add? Okay, we have slash random. Now how can I add this to my request? What should I do in adding that to my request?
I think just select the person which want to be randomized.
Sorry.
Uh,
Just just select the person which we want to random.
Select the person who we
is
want to
it
run.
about actual and current value?
No. See, in this URL, we have /random, which is this one, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, how can I add this? What alteration should I make in this URL to get this one?
Sorry, I don't know.
It's just
Slash
okay, no,
slash 10.
yeah, it's just no problem. We just need to add /10. So once we have it, then we will have 10 values of random to do's. So we are just, I mean, this, like, if I explain it in a more detailed way, this copy here. Okay, this is the URL. Okay, we had this URL at the first. Now we just want /10 to be added. So what we have done is we have just added /10. Now I'll do one thing. Random quote. Now tell me here, what should I add? What should I alter to get this?
Ashish, in the end, we can add manually
Uh,
or we can do right click and add it.
yeah. Okay, let's go with manually. What should I add?
Just /10.
Correct. Correct.
This is the first way. And the second way,
Hmm.
so in the same place, yes. So
Hmm.
right click.
Right click.
Yes. No, not here. Maybe in that bar. Yes.
Huh. Right click.
Right click
Uh,
and add the variables like that.
okay. You're talking. No. Variable is different. Variable is
Mhm.
different. Okay, you're
Mhm.
talking about variable. Variable is completely different. This is just I'm adding a endpoint, adding an endpoint to the
Okay.
URL. Okay,
Okay. So
variable
that's
is,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
variable is this one. When you highlight it,
Hmm.
okay, highlight it, do a right click, then you can set as a variable. This is
Okay.
different. This is collection
Okay.
variable, which is different. But here
Hmm.
we are just expanding this. Okay, now I'll ask one more question. Let's see how and then /extra. Okay, now if I want to get this in my top URL, what should I alter or what should I do? If I want to get this,
Slash extra you have to put after 10.
correct, correct. That is right. Okay, which will not work. It's just an example. So it's just an example. I mean, if you want to add something, if the documentation says add this, then okay, first we have added this in the URL. Then it said, okay, you can optionally pass a length of max 10 as random /10, which means we after random, it is asking us to add this /10 in order to get 10 values of random codes. Okay, now we save it and then run it. There you go, we have 10 codes. Now if we remove this and save it, then we will have a single code. Then again we add it, then save it. Where did I find this? Where did I find this is Rameshison, rameshison.com, and go to docs, and in here you have to go to random quotes, get a random quote. Okay, now see here, what does the tip says? The random data will change on every call to /random when we use /random to the URL. If we use /random, there will be data will be changed every call. But you can optionally pass a length of max 10 for as random 10. Why? Because in order to get 10 records, 10 random codes, 10 random codes in the list. So if I say,
Just increase the number and
yeah,
give
sure,
it right.
sure. What number? What is your lucky number?
15, 15, 20.
Okay. So let's see now it's 10 or not total. 1,
You
2,
can use
3,
7 also. It
4.
is my lucky number.
Okay, let's
Are
go.
yaar, we have to
Okay, let's go
nicely.
with 15 and 7. Okay, both. Okay, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now it's 10. Let's go with 15. Oh, there are no 15. There are no 15. Let's go with 7. Okay.
7 will come. I think
Yeah,
max to max 10 records will be available,
yeah. The
but
1,
maximum to 10
2,
it will not
3,
available.
4, 5, 6, 7. So Gautam, you need to reduce your lucky number, huh? It's
Yes, yes.
on top of
Everyone is
that.
Only,
unlucky for me because it
only,
is my birthday.
only it allowed till maximum length will be 10.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes.
there are only 10 records, 10
Hmm.
random codes. I think
That's
in,
why it is generating like that.
yeah, let's see if to-dos have 15 or not. Okay, let's see if to-dos, okay, to-dos also there. The developer has,
Sorry, Ashish,
yeah,
can you please, what is it? Can you please go? Just now you have entered 15. You're saying that 15 is not. Can you please repeat that? What
yeah,
line?
there are no 15. I mean, you don't see 15 records, right? It's an
Yeah,
empty array. It's an empty.
yeah.
Okay, I'll be coming to empty array. I think the one who are working on automation, they might understand what is an empty array.
Mhm.
But yeah, I haven't talked about this. I'll be talking about this empty array when it comes to automation. When we talk about API automation, at that point of time, I'll be talking about empty array.
Okay.
Hmm. So actually, as there are no 15 records, that is the reason it's not able to render that particular data. I mean, uh, it can render 10, but I'm not sure why exactly it is not rendering 10 as well. 15 maybe. That is how it has been developed. Like if I say 11 as well, I'll just check. If I say 11 as well, it is giving an
It will not
empty
come.
array. It is giving an empty array. But when I come to 9, let's say 9, then it does give me this list. Okay, so this square bracket is an array. Okay, so now in what all ways can we have a query parameters? Okay, now I'll come to this introduction, and then we have limited resources. Yes. Okay. So query parameters can be defined in this way. After question mark, key value, key value. Let me copy this. Okay. Copy. Got that. Uh, so, okay. Now in here, what is a key and what is a value? Is it visible?
Here key, yes, yes. Here key is limit
Uh,
equals to after equals to it is value. Before equals to it is key.
Okay, so 10 is the value, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and in here,
Skip is key and 5 is value.
okay, in here,
Select is key and key 1, key 2, key 3 is value. It is like a
correct,
string param is there.
correct. And same goes in here, but what they did is they have given and everywhere. I mean, they have separated this key 1, key 2, key 3 have been separated in this way, in a different key value base. Why exactly? Okay, can anyone answer why exactly it has been separated in this way? Why why exactly this was separated in this way? I mean, what is the reason? Let's say you come
I
across.
think it is
Uh,
a passing value like 1 to 10. So between that, yeah, it like and is coming. Like,
okay, leave about this. Leave about this.
okay, okay.
Okay. Let me say, I have a query parameter. Where is the question mark in here? Query parameter. Okay. Is it visible? The notepad is visible when
Yes,
I'm
yes.
typing?
Yes,
Okay,
assist.
great. Okay. So I say key value. Okay. Key value 1, value 2, uh, 2, value 3. Okay. Now I have, okay, let me not give space here. And I have another question mark, key value 1 and key value 2 and key value 3. Okay. Uh, these both are same. Value 2 and value 3 and key value 1 and key value 2 and okay, this is all good.
No.
Okay. No?
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, please let me know why exactly it is no.
Ashish, I can say that for the first one,
Uh,
the key has
hmm,
three values,
hmm,
this and this and this. And
hmm.
for the second one, there are three keys. Each key has a value.
Nah, the key is same. Key same. Key. Here also it's key. Here also it's key. It's the same.
No, but okay.
Like comma is using for separate like different value, and it is the combination of multiple values like value 1 and value 2. It is used.
Still okay. I have
It,
separated.
it,
Oh,
it holds multiple parameters together.
okay. Now let's say when I tested this, it it didn't. It gave me an error. Okay, it gave me an error. Uh, but this was successful. Okay.
Because yes,
Okay.
get it.
Now,
But
1 minute. Now, same. Here, it was successful. And this gave me an error. This gave me an error. Okay. So, in one environment, let's say in in the same environment, uh, this gave me an error. This was successful. And then when I tested later, after let's say after 6 months, this was successful, and this was giving an error. So why exactly it happened? Same link, same document, no, same link, same environment, same project. Everything is same. Okay, everything is same, but there was something happened. This something happened where first when I tested this, it gave me an error. This was successful. Then this was successful, which was earlier it was an error. Then this gave me an error, which was earlier it was successful. So this was a change which gave me this output. So what do you think that output, what do you think that change is? We did discuss about this, uh, and we discussed today as well. Okay, no worries. I
Can
won't
you
tell.
say it's a bug?
No, 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 no. This is expected. Okay, this is expected.
Okay,
This was expected at that point of time, and this was expected when we tested at this point of time.
actually. Okay, it's
Okay. Huh. So now tell me now what is the change that was made?
I
We
think there
discussed
there may be some modifications happen.
notifications,
Modifications
modifications,
like
okay, where exactly the modifications happened?
at the value of the like end side. So that's why it is not
No,
retyping
no, no,
something.
no, no. It's all one. It's all the same. It's all the same. Nothing happened in the. Nothing happened in the that thing. Nothing happened.
Maybe the values were not given at the same time.
No, values were given.
Like,
Values were given. We do discuss about this every day, and I say that is really important.
It was given in a document.
Correct. I don't know who said that, but it's
Shubhangi,
marvelous.
we just
Thank you.
discussed about it.
Thank you, Shubhangi. Thank you so much.
Welcome. You
So
gave a clue.
it's the document. Sorry?
You gave a clue.
Yeah. So
Hint.
it's true. So it's a
Thank
documentation. You're welcome. So it's please read the documentation whenever you're testing. First instance, BA might have said, okay, this should not work, this should work. Later, there might be some changes, or the customer or the client was not happy with this way, and then he wanted in this way to be more refined, or yeah, this way, and then he didn't want in this way. Then there was a change in the everything. But where exactly it started? It started in documentation. So always read the documentation before you test it. See if there is any change in the documentation. If there is a change in the documentation, then test in that particular way. Okay. So same happens for other things as well. This one more thing. Um, if let's say, I'll copy the same here. Copy the same here. And in documentation, it is the same. Okay. Key. No, I'll not copy this. I'll not copy this one. I'll copy this one. Okay. Let me maximize that. Okay. Okay. It's the same. Key value 1, 2, 3. This is the same. Okay. This is all same. And this is okay. Let me copy this as well. And this is also the same. Okay. It's all one and the same. But in the documentation, when you're testing this error, and when you're testing this as well, there might be an error. So in documentation, it might have said that every request should have only one key value parameter. We cannot add multiple values or multiple key value parameters. So if you're trying to, let's say, products /1/2/3. Okay, sorry, not here. Products, where question mark, it is a question mark. Okay, price equal to 20, 30, 40. Okay, if you go in this way, if you see, okay, we have the same prices. Why can't we I know, why can't we merge them and test it? So this is where as well you might come into come across the error. We you will be testing it correctly. Actually, this is the correct way. This is not a wrong way. But in the documentation, it has said that there should be only one key value per request. They cannot be multiple key values or no comma values, not at all. So please read the documentation at that point time as well. So always go with the documentation. That is your guide. I can say cheat sheet. I can say anything. Okay. Go with the documentation and your life will be really easy. Okay. So
Sure.
you're welcome. And so we are good with, okay, now coming to, what is it, coming to, sorry, query parameters. Okay, there are n number, this rest countries I've given. Let me provide it once again. The rest countries, where exactly is the rest country? The rest countries, I am not sure. In here. Okay, this website, let me provide you the website. In here, you will find n number of query parameters. Please, please practice. And you'll also find dummy JSON as well. I think in dummy JSON as well, you have a lot of query parameters. Right under codes, I think you have limit and skip codes. Here you might find there is a query parameter here as well. So there are three ways of query parameters. One being single key value, one being single key but multiple values, and one being single key value and ampersand, and then key value, then ampersand, and then key. So three types of query parameters you can have. See, there's a single one, there's a multiple one, and also there's a multiple one. And you can also, I think, I haven't added that, what they say, this one key with multiple values, but this one as well, you can have this one key with multiple values. So I think I have tested in some places. I'm not sure, I need to check that out. I think in rest countries only I have it. Sub-region, query bands don't have such preferences. Some way, somewhere I might have it. Here I have it. Okay. So if you go to rest countries, you will find n number of examples where you can play around with the query parameters. So please do practice, and you can also practice on dummy JSON as well. And I'm not sure other websites have it, but rest countries have a lot of query parameters which you can work around. And yeah, so that is all for today. Tomorrow I will be covering the path variables for sure. I'll be covering the path variables for sure. And yesterday, what we discussed about collection variables, that is correct. But I did confuse with the local variables. Please forget local variables. But the collection variables is the same. I mean, you have collection variables, like the way we created a collection variable. It's the same. We will be creating a variable, and that variable changed at one place can be will be reflected on all the places wherever that variable has been used. Okay, so it's there is no change in the collection variable but I will be discussing it again for more better clarity. But we have we did discuss about two variables yesterday. One is collection variable and one is inbuilt Postman variable. How do you create an inbuilt Postman variable? How do you access an inbuilt Postman variable? Curly braces.
Dollar sign. Yes.
Correct.
Curly braces and dollar sign.
Yes, and then random email, password, date, anything, whichever it lists, you can use them. Okay, that is completely for testing. This random data, it is completely for testing. And collection variables, you can developers also use it. So yeah, so that there is no change in that. Um, Apart from that, okay, we are done with query and collection variables. Okay, cool then. And yeah, from Thursday, there's no class. There's no session. Sorry, I can't say class. There's no session. From Thursday till March. Sorry, this is March. Yeah, March 9th. So Sunday, if you really want a session on Sunday, I'm happy to take it. If you really want it, you can just post it in the group. We are okay with Sunday class because I'll be back on 8th. So I'll be completely free on Sunday. I'll be not much tired, so I can take a class. So If you are okay, we can take a session on Sunday, or else then we can start on Monday. Whatever looks good for you all. Okay.
Monday, I think it's.
Okay.
Yeah, weekend is
Sunday
for
morning
us.
will be okay.
Monday. Sorry.
And
Morning.
definitely my Sunday is always your Monday.
Yeah, true. Someone did say Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's me, Shubhangi.
Okay. Yeah, Sunday any time, because Sunday anytime is fine for me, because Monday to Friday I
Same
Let's
as
see
you.
see
people
when you
working.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So tomorrow we will be covering path variables, and we'll touch the authorization part. Okay. And okay then. I hope no questions, no queries. And
Not yet.
do practice with this REST countries and dummy JSON for query parameters,
Yes,
and it will be fun, I can say. And always, sorry, what always you need to do? Follow the documentation.
documentation.
Yes, always follow the documentation.
Yeah,
Read the
okay, I will
documentation. Oh,
follow
you're
the
welcome.
documentation.
You're
First, I have to
welcome.
Never
go through
never
before the
forget.
lecture.
Yeah, please never forget. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Renu.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
then.
Thank you,
Have a
Ashish.
lovely evening.
Yes.
Ta-ta.
Okay,
Thank you,
guys.
Okay,
Ashish.
bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Ashish, for this
Bye.
session.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Yeah,
Bye.
Thank you,
bye.
Ashish. Thank you. Bye
Have a
bye.
good day.
You're welcome.